There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. We should go see that.
Hello, welcome to our Sunday edition of the Next Issue podcast, which you would think would be thicker, but it only has more puzzles instead. That little clip will become relevant in a second when we get to talk about stuff. We're not talking about a Marvel, but we will talk about Marvel comics a little bit later on. Before we get into all that, though, we have a little tease for next week, the show. So, Jeff, you want to, as you take a sip, I like that I caught you right.
Hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me tell you what's going on. Hey, folks. So DC has a big crossover event coming up. DC KO, or King Omega, as it is supposed to be.
Oh, I thought it was Kevin Owens.
It's DC Kevin Owens making his big debut in DC Comics. They announced DC KO is a giant. It's sort of like Contest of Champions over at Marvel. It's a giant battle royale between all the characters on the DC Comics side, and the premise is whoever wins the battle royale will go on to face Darkseid over in his Absolute universe, who has kind of become a god almost over on the Absolute side. In order to go through the contest of, I know. So DC has released the first round of matchups for this KO event, and I put them together in a little chart so we could take a quick peek at them.
Here we go.
Just a little sneaky peek as to who the first round matchups are. Some of these are really intense, and we're probably going to talk about them next week in depth.
Two big ones stand out for me.
Yeah,
Aquaman and King Shark, and Plastic Man and Lobo.
That's interesting. I got Red Hood and Damian Wayne as being super interesting.
Barda and Zatanna.
I think they're all very weird matchups. I like that Connor Hawk is going against Hawkman. That's just funny.
Guy Gardner Firestorm sounds real interesting. Like, these are weird, like, mix-ups, but they're super interesting.
And we don't know if it's just a contest of strength. We don't know if it's a contest of wits. Like, to take on Darkseid, you're gonna need a lot of different qualities too. Yeah.
So I was watching an interview with Scott Snyder. I messed up his name earlier. Now I'm in my head about it. But he was talking about how the person that wins isn't necessarily going to be like the nicest person, because you need to have a certain type of attitude to get this Omega power. You need to be be selfish. You need to be angry. You need to be, all for yourself, kind of, sort of. So he's like, the duality of it is everybody looks towards Superman to be the leader, but Superman may not be the right guy for this job because he's too nice,
I hear you may need, to quote the great John Cena, ruthless aggression.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's Kevin.
Like, what the hell are they talking about? We'll get your wrestling out of here.
I've never heard Peacemaker say that. What are you talking about?
Oh, that'd be cool if he did, though. Cool. Yeah. So next Saturday, we should be diving into our own. We'll be going through this bracket ourselves and trying to figure out can we solve who the winner of this tournament is going to be based on our knowledge of comics and other random factors. So
whatever we find out between now and then. I love what DC's doing right now. Just as another quick aside, I was thinking about this the other day going into the KO event. I'm like, this might be, out of all the years that I've read comics, like one of the best moments for DC for me, like just in general. And I'm because I was like, I enjoyed like the JLA Morrison years. Like, there's a lot of good stuff I think happening then. But outside of that, I can't really think of, like, all the New 52 stuff was too, like, there was some really good stuff. A lot of it was junk. They didn't know what they were doing. And then it was just a long period of them trying to get out of it, not knowing which way to go. Going into the New 52, there was a long period of them not knowing what to do. And so, like, them firing pretty much on all cylinders right now is just bringing me great joy. Poor Marvel. Poor Marvel.
Yeah, I'm working on a video, maybe just an idea of why did Marvel make me stop reading the X-Men? So
Fucking books, and then they're just already scheduling a reboot again. So what the hell?
yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, stay tuned for that next week. But in the meanwhile, we got a lot to talk about, a lot of cool stuff.
The surprising reemergence of DC Comics. Sorry, I had to get one in.
Thanks for the thing. You know, it's funny because that's gonna do nothing. You need to do it before we start talking about
yeah,
it.
I know. I know.
It
always shocks me when it comes up.
It loves that surprising.
It loves surprising
adjective.
us.
It loves using surprising. All right, get into movies because I watched a lot of movies while we were like from last week to this one. Let me start with something that I think Clay's gonna be very interested in. I think after the show Sunday, I went to the Alamo to watch CaughtStealing. The Charlie Houston? How do you say his last name? Yeah.
I just say Houston.
Yeah. I really like the film. It's cool. Very, very cool. Darren Aronofsky's film with what's his name? Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Matt Smith, one of the doctors for those Doctor Who fans out there. Yeah, it's a fun
Vincent D'Onofrio,
Liev Schreiber,
the little Kingpin Sabretooth team up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite fun. It's a really nice, interesting crime thriller that just kind of goes and it doesn't stop once it gets going. And I think Austin Butler's great as Harry, I believe is his name.
Hank Thompson.
Hank Thompson.
Yeah, it's a trilogy of books, so I'm curious if what it's going to take to get a sequel out of this.
I would think that it should get a sequel. One of the underrated roles for me that I didn't see coming because I think they didn't really focus on Regina King so much in the trailer, so I didn't even know she was in the movie. But I think that works. Also, when I got to the theater and the movie started, I was like, "Oh, this is a baseball pun." Okay.
Yes.
Which I feel pretty dumb about now.
But they don't really allude to him being an ex-baseball player in the trailer. Like he just wears a baseball cap and that's really it.
Yeah. But so it's fun. It's interesting. So if you have a chance to go catch it at the theater, I recommend it. It is probably the least Aronofsky movie that I've watched. Yeah. And I say that complimentary. I think a lot of his other movies are just pretty intense. Although I've never seen Noah, and I do want to watch The Wrestler, but I feel like
The Wrestler's really good.
Yeah,
Noah's pretty good. I was going to say being the least Darren Aronofsky thing is probably a good thing for not most people, some people.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a broader appeal.
Yeah. So, because I've seen Requiem, I've seen Mother, I've seen Black Swan, and those movies are wild. So.
Those are usually like one-time watches.
Yeah, for sure. Oh God, I would say you can't. Requiem. I don't know. You'd have to pay me a lot of money for me to watch Requiem again. That was an experience.
That's a good drive-in movie though. Requiem for a Dream, and then like back with Black Swan, like in the drive-in. You know.
No, I'm not. I don't want to drive after that. I disagree.
A good double feature for that.
Agree to disagree.
Take some mushrooms, just enjoy a flick or two.
And then drive home.
All right. I also went to the movies on Monday because it was Labor Day weekend, and I was gonna go to Titan Comics for their big old sale. And Cinemark is right next door, so I watched HoneyDont because you really got to look for that film. This is a Ethan Coen, Trisha Cook film with Margaret Qualley, Audrey Plaza. I enjoyed the film. I'm not a Coen movie person. I don't know if that makes sense.
Just single Coen or dual Coen?
So I've only seen, I think, their movies separately. I don't know if I'm sure I've seen maybe like one or two Coen brother movies, but I've saw Macbeth with but I think that was the other brother, Joel, maybe. And then I think Joel's the more serious one from what I've heard, and Ethan is the more goofy one. I don't know if I don't know if those are true roles to their who they are, but so HoneyDont is part of like this kind of like trilogy of movies that Ethan and Trisha Cook are doing together. They did Drive-Away Dolls a couple years ago.
Yeah,
and now they're doing HoneyDont, which is kind of like a little crime, small town crime. It feels almost like a Western that's set in contemporary times. I think Margaret Qualley's fantastic in it. She's doing like this bogey type of acting, which I love. Like she's great in every scene that she's in. Audrey Plaza as well. Yeah, and then Chris Evans and Charlie Day. Like they all just do like they play these weird, goofy characters, and Margaret Qualley's kind of like the more serious one in everything. But I think the movie's fine. It takes a weird turn towards the end, but I'm like, oh, I like that. That's kind of the point, that it does get weird, and doesn't have like it doesn't leave you maybe satisfied that everything got wrapped up, because that's kind of not how life works, right? So maybe I put it on my review. This is like the first half of the movie is like a fan cam for Margaret Qualley, and then it devolves into like the wackiest Tex Avery cartoon, but like as a compliment. So that sells you on the movie. I'm sure it'll be out soon on streaming or somewhere else. So because it's hard to find at the theaters. Even the Alamo by my house didn't have it on opening week, which I'm like,
weird.
You're the Alamo. You're supposed to have these type of movies.
Yeah, but you know what? I wonder if it's driven more by who makes the movies, because now that Sony owns it, it would be more advantageous for them to have Sony pictures in their theater.
Well, that's silly. That's not how movie theaters should work.
Exactly.
I think my Alamo had it for like a few days.
Okay.
And I just checked to see it, and it's gone. Like the
usually
Lake
the
Island
one
Alamo.
in, I think Cedars was the one that had it, but that one's a little bigger. That's the one downtown.
Yeah, that's the big one.
And
That's the
then
big
Richardson, I think it's a bigger one as well, but I don't know if that one had it. So either way, go check it out. Okay, and the last movie I watched at the theater yesterday, because I'm not gonna watch The Conjuring. That's too scary, but I still wanted to go to the movies. I mean, I watch The Conjuring at home. I'm just not going to the theater to watch it.
At home at 8 a.m. with the lights on?
Damn right.
But next to all your dolls.
No dolls.
I'm just gonna have my dolls show up in my place sometimes on the show, just to creep
Oh god!
All my little haunted looking things go and watch The Conjuring, just so they can see that they're underperforming.
We're gonna have to do an all puppet show.
I can make that happen.
But I watched Splitsville. It's maybe not a movie that people know so much about, but it has Dakota Johnson, Adria Arjona, which was like, I mean,
oh yeah.
Oh, is it that rom-com? Is it in?
Yeah. It's actually really funny. Every time I watch one of these movies though, like I really think this could really only happen to white people. Like
well, then it's good they cast Dakota Johnson.
Yeah. This is like
I as soon as you said her name, I was like, oh, I'm out.
Oh, as soon as you said her name, I'm like, I'm in.
I really like her. She's great in this role. This is directed by Michael Angelo Covino, who also stars in the film as one of the guys. So
it seems like
about
it's
two couples, like, and yeah.
It seems like it's a very, just from the advertising I've seen, it's like it seems like a guy that wrote it and directed like a very old school indie kind of film.
Yeah.
Like
and
where
Kyle Marvin, the co-writer, I had only seen him on that the WeWork show that Apple did with Jared Leto. Did you say trash?
Yeah. We crashed. That's what.
Oh, we crashed. Yeah. I was like, the show was pretty good, I thought. But yeah, so I really mainly went just because I want to go to the theaters. But what I should have done, well, no, I mean this was fine, but I also could have watched The Breakfast Club because they're doing like a 40th anniversary screening.
Yeah.
Or
So,
Jaws,
wait.
which is still around for their 50th anniversary.
Let's play this game. So tomorrow, if I go see a movie tomorrow night at my local Alamo, I have a chance. I have a choice between The Conjuring, Caught Stealing, The Roses, Weapons, Lurker, Freakier Friday, and The Breakfast Club. What should I go see?
Caught Stealing.
Out of all those, either Caught. I mean, have you seen Weapons?
I haven't seen any of these.
If you haven't seen Weapons, I like Caught Stealing, but I think Weapons is a better movie.
Yeah, I think Weapons might be the one that would be a better cinematic experience than Caught Stealing. I mean,
yeah, Caught Stealing would watch really good at home too, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas Weapons, you like the vibes of the theater.
Yeah, I think Caught Stealing gets a theatrical release just because of the cast.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Austin Butler needs to be on the big screen.
It's because he's tall.
Cool. Here, let me stop there. I'll come back to finish some of my other stuff. But Clay, let's go to you for a few things, and we'll do. Jeff doesn't watch as much stuff, so we'll leave him in the middle, and then we'll close out with everybody else.
Well, I'll easily contrast Caught Stealing with a crime film that went straight to streaming that I feel like is EanieMeanie with Samara Weaving. Is it's a good fun crime film with a real interesting ending. It's definitely one that I was like, well, it's why did they not put this in the theater? I think Caught Stealing gets put in the theater for its cast. This doesn't, and I don't know why. I mean, it's still got a great cast, but not like her co-star. I didn't really know who that guy was. But she's a getaway driver who is in a relationship with this dude who has screwed up. And so she has to work with him to steal $3 million, which seems like not a lot of money. The stakes don't seem that high. And they do a lot of work with a lot of people to get just $3 million in this car. And I think the other thing that kind of hurt this film was Marshawn Lynch is in this one too, like he was in the and I was like, like he plays an interesting character, but like I feel like if they had anyone else play him, it would have been more interesting. Anyhow,
I do like that he's going for it though. Like I like seeing him pop up, and I'm like, oh, good for you. Like you're still going at it. Like that guy's been like trying to get into acting like for years. Like, and he pops up and stuff, and I always still see him as like, I'm Marshawn Lynch doing this acting role.
That's because I look at him and I'm like, oh, you're the football guy who was in Love Hurts, and like, so you do fight scenes and shit. So, but I'd say EanieMeanie's worth watching. It's no Caught Stealing, but what is? One of my favorite apocalyptic films. I did a rewatch this week of Quiet Earth from New Zealand. Have you guys ever seen Quiet Earth?
No.
Guy wakes up.
PBS documentary.
Guy wakes up and nobody's around. And so he's doing everything to, like, he's putting up stuff on billboards. He's like, gets the radio. It's like the biggest what if. What would you do if you woke up and you were the last person on Earth? And of course, the plot of every one of those films is like, well, you're not. There's somebody else. So he was a scientist that worked at this place that was experimenting with something that may have been involved in this end of the world type event. But it's interesting because it kind of deals a big part of the beginning deals with his mental stability and what you go through when you're the last person on Earth. And then when he meets somebody who shows up and then meets another person that shows up, and then kind of what they come to assume is the end of the world and the wildest ending of any apocalyptic film I've ever seen. It has always haunted me since I was a kid, saw it. So I will revisit it just to kind of get in that headspace It's very weird, and I really dig it.
It only has like 6 people in the cast.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very small.
I will say I was looking at the director's Jeff Murphy, and one movie stood out in his filmography, 1998's Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
Which is like, I didn't even know. I thought the Magnificent Seven was a little bit older than that.
It's been remade a couple times.
Yeah,
It's even been a TV series.
Because this one has no one that I recognize their names except Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I don't recognize.
Yeah.
The big famous one has like Yul Brynner in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chris Pratt.
I remember this movie. Chris Pratt.
That really made me not want to see it. I was just kind of bummed. Like, does he have to be in everything? Like, he's wearing thin on me. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Forbidden World from the 80s? It's a Roger Corman flick.
Mm-mm.
It's not good. It's an Alien ripoff, which it's basically like, what if Aliens was done really poorly, but had full frontal nudity? Would you watch it? So,
what, the Alien? The Xenomorph? You see Xenomorph peen?
The Alien does have full frontal nudity,
Alien.
What I remember,
the Alien is kind of showed in shots like very still, nothing like what we see like on Alien Earth or anything. So I put it on and I was just like so bored. It was just like, and apparently he just used a lot of stock footage from other stuff in this film just to get it made. So it's always funny to see how Roger Corman just kind of is making stuff with other stuff that he had left over. Making stuff. Last night on the Criterion Channel, they're running a nunsploitation special. And I watched To the Devil, a Daughter with Christopher Lee and Nastasia Kinski. And it is a mix of The Exorcist meets Rosemary's Baby. And it is the dullest thing to watch. It is, because you're just kind of watching. There's this really old dude who's into the occult. He's written a book about it. So this guy, Denholm Elliott, who's like one of the big stars in it, approaches him. And basically, it takes forever to get to the point that Denholm Elliott has sold his daughter to a church, which is just masquerading as a front for the devil. His daughter's going to become 18 and she's going to birth the devil. And it is so slow. It takes forever to get there. But the funnest part of the film is just watching when all the evil shit goes down. Christopher Lee puts on this smile that just gives you the creeps. Like, that's really what he's there for. And that's probably the funnest part of it.
So I think their mistake was that they took the wrong parts of The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby to make as a premise. What they should have done was the baby exorcist.
The baby
which exorcist. Is just a baby that goes around exorcising demons.
Well, there is this little baby demon puppet that crawls around that's really creepy. So, but it's like a poor man's Jim Henson, you know.
No, I want just kind of part of it you see of it, you know, like a young baby and an old baby.
Like the baby with little rosary, like
little baby doing.
Wah, I compel you. Wah. You
know? The power of Christ compels you. Bah, bah, bah. And he's shaking his rattle.
Well, I need a diaper change.
I watched a documentary from Martin Scorsese on the band called The Last Waltz. It's from the 70s. It's got great music, but really, like, it's missing like the guts of like what the band was doing. It's their last show shot with a lot of different people performing. Neil Young to like Neil Diamond, like it's all over the place. But
all Neils all the time,
and it's great music, but it's also like this kind of end of a certain kind of music, because this is on the cusp of disco and punk and big changes in the music industry. So the band was going to quit touring and just become a studio band, which would kill them essentially. But you just have like a few moments, in between where Martin Scorsese's interviewing really just the lead singer. I feel like there could have been more to it, but it's one of those you could put on and just listen to all the music because all the music is great. And the last
band,
the band, Robbie Robertson.
I want to do an Abbott and Costello thing.
Oh, who's on first?
Yeah.
And then the last movie I watched was The Big Year about birding. Have you guys seen The Big Year? Because it has
like
Jack
an expression
Black.
for something.
Huh?
Is that like an expression for something, or like actual birds?
Yes. The Big Year is when a birding person goes out and is going to collect the most birds, see the most birds, identify the most birds. So they try to make it. Yeah, it's a very uneven film. It's got Steve Martin, Jack Black, Owen Wilson in it as the three primary characters. It's based on a book, and Owen Wilson is the birding legend. Like the year before, he had seen like over 700 birds, and so you kind of follow him. It has an incredible cast that's totally wasted. Like you just can't believe like all the really great female actresses in there just play the wives and are in like 2 or 3 scenes, and that's really it. It just kind of shows people who obsess about their hobby and their families that they leave behind.
But it's from the director of The Devil Wears Prada per their poster.
Yeah,
I tell you
that kind of thing.
Just looking at the poster, this looks bad.
Yeah, it's weird because like at the beginning they really try to force a lot of action and Jack Black rolling around to use his binocular to see birds and be Jack Black instead of play a character in a film. Like his dad's Brian Dennehy, and he they have a rough relationship because his dad doesn't understand birding. Steve Martin is married to Jo Beth Williams, who's just very supportive of what he does, but he keeps getting called back to work by Joel McHale and Kevin Pollak, who are playing like bit characters who are just corporate whores, who are just, they don't understand what, he's a great CEO. We have to get him back in the business, and Owen Wilson's married to Gone Girl. What is her name? God, I'm drawing a blank.
Rosamund Pike,
who he basically just leaves at home and abandons her to just go birding, and it gets competitive between them. Like it's really forced in the beginning, but at the end they kind of figure out how to tell the story of like, well, just do your hobbies for fun, but don't give up on your family. That is kind of the point of the film.
Gotcha.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm going all in on my hobbies.
That's right. That's why we're here on a Sunday morning talking about them.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, you want to follow that up with your thing, and then I'll talk about
my one thing. First off, I feel bad for Rosamund Pike because she had to kill herself to get out of one relationship with Ben Affleck. And
wait till you get to one of my movies.
Stuck with birding. I watched a bunch of stuff this week. The only thing I feel that is mentionable worthy is I don't know how to say it. Kasso, Kasso.
That's Kasso.
I came across it while flipping through the TikToks. I didn't realize it was like an actual show on TBS until I started looking at the YouTube clips of it. But it's basically Ninja Warrior, but with a skateboard. It's a show over that they do in Japan. It's by the same people that did the original Ninja Warrior because it's on Midoriyama Mountain, which is the place where they do Ninja Warrior, and it's the same kind of obstacle course, except you have to complete it with a skateboard. So they have all these really famous international skateboarders, these Olympians, these people that compete in X Games and whatnot, and it's a series of just different sets of obstacles. So the first one is just like a straight up, you're skating downhill. There's a couple of like hops you have to do, a couple of things. It's just a timed event. The second one is a long rail that you have to grind down. And most people don't even make it like 15% into the rail. Like they do the thing and they immediately fall off. And the last one is a full on, like there's one more that's like a long skating ramp where you have to do some jumps and whatnot. Again, another timed event. And the last one is like a full on Ninja Warrior course where it's kind of a blend of like jumps and grinds, and you have to make it before walls close, like like the whole time you have to be on your skateboard, supposedly. Yeah. And I feel like America is missing this. We're missing weird game shows that are like this. We have Ninja Warrior, and that's all. Like everything else is a dating competition.
What's the show on TBS with the big balls that John Cena is part of?
Wipeout.
Wipeout.
Do they even do that anymore?
I thought they were still going on. I feel like I feel like I always see advertisement for that show, but I don't know if it's still going on or it's just like reruns.
Well, like I feel like in Germany I've seen like push the shopping cart into the shopping basket. Like they have games that are like that where they just have people like trying to push the shopping cart into the thing. There's people there's like where they block off people in the small room, and it's just like don't let the balloon touch the floor, and it's just them running around this small created room trying to not get the like who's the last one. You know, it's like the little games that you played as a kid. Yeah. But they've enhanced them into like adults. Bicycle soccer. I played that with my friends as a kid where you're playing soccer on bicycles. It's a full-on sport now. And I'm like, where are these?
And a soccer ball?
Yeah. And I just need these shows, these events to make their way over to the United States. Because I see them occasionally on ESPN Ocho, the whatever cable channel that is.
Yeah.
And but
they're
the
on
only
Netflix
things
now, right? Because they have like the floor is lava or whatever, and
yeah, I need something.
The Floor is Lava was not produced very well. It could have been a better show.
Yeah, they try it, but it's never quite right. Yeah, because Floor is Lava, even my beloved Human versus Hamster, like they all. I feel like the things that they miss are a live studio audience.
Yes.
I'm surprised that Fox never tried to capitalize on the success of New Girl and actually try to make that what is it, New American, the game, the made up game that they play around their living room. Have you guys
yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
they make up a game and they're like that supposedly has all these rules, and I'm like, they're gonna make something with this, I would think, but I guess not.
I feel like we just need at least like The Floor is Lava, Hamster versus Human, great. I feel like they're also way too complex when it's literally just like pushing the grocery cart, and like we've all done it. We've all like tried to make the perfect grocery cart. And I'm like, that's genius.
I think Jeff and I need to do a show because I have a lot of sports stuff that I watch on YouTube that is very weird that I think that you would dig. There's slap fighting.
Slap fighting,
but it's not that like the UFC one. This is like a very low key, like small group of people that do this, but it's amazing. They had, and then they've tried to create other sports from it. They have one that's like from wrestling called chop fighting, where they do the chest chop. Chopping? Yeah, across the chest. So people just go back and forth. And then they had a new one I watched yesterday, which is just gut punching. It is 1 minute, and it's two guys in front of each other, and they go. You get one punch, and then the next guy punches, and you can't like lose your balance. You have to stand there for 1 minute. You just trade punches. Second round, 2 punches. Third round, 3 punches, and then they just have these 2 dudes who judge it. And then there's a armored MMA where it's people who are in full like armored night gear fighting. That's awesome. And then car jiu-jitsu, which is 2 guys are in a car and they use everything available to fight each other so they can choke each other out with like your belt, like the it's
like the Wolverine versus Deadpool in the car.
That's exactly what it's like, but without superpowers. So it's not as cool as that, but it's like you'll see people like upside down just stepping on their faces, just trying to get them to tap out and give up.
I've seen that. Russian boy. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I want to see things like that, but where people don't get hurt. So like, give me like a pencil break or like a You know, like throwing airplanes. Like I don't want to see people hit each other. I watch wrestling.
Peggy Hill already won the pencil break contest.
She did.
I've seen there's like a Muay Thai out of Russia where it's like they're in a little pit. These two guys are fighting, but they're in full on dress suits. And so they start the match, and then like immediately after the match begins, the referee will throw a fake gun in the middle of the ring. So then it becomes a contest as to who can get the fake gun first and fake shoot the other person. And I'm like, that's too intense for me.
John Wick.
There's also
yeah.
yeah. But then there's also one
that
I've seen where it's just like a train, like a little toy choo-choo train on like a little track, and it has one of the carts has a little basket in it, and it's just somebody like dropping a marble on a railing that tries to get it as the train goes around the track in the little bucket that the train is carrying. So they all are like watching it, and then they try to time it just perfect, and it goes down a little railing, and it either makes it or it doesn't. And I watched that thing for like 20 minutes waiting for somebody to make one.
I feel like whatever this show idea Clay has belongs on Twitch, because I feel like that's where those type of things belong, where people just kind of watch stuff like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Stay tuned. We do have a Twitch, so
I'll put together a list. But then I watch great old American cornholing. You know, just throwing bags. You know, when COVID hit, I was watching that. They were doing live stuff at hotels. I guess people were trapped there, and so they have the American Cornhole League that's brought to you by Johnsonville Brats. So it's the funniest sponsor to see brats everywhere for cornholing.
All right.
So if you ever get a chance to watch Kasso, please do. It's pretty fun, entertaining.
It sounds like I feel like I would rather play my Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4.
But like as you get into watching, so like I love watching marble races. I try to introduce my dad to marble. He's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, it's just like anything else in the world. Like, people watch horse racing. You don't have any, like, you have no say over to which horse wins. I'm like, it's the same with the marbles. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, they have those. I mean, I know TikTok has like those billiard balls on a treadmill races, and people just choose, or like different Hot Wheels and stuff like that. So yeah, people will bet money on anything. So
that's why that's why it's easy to get $3 million from that movie.
That's right. Well, I had a Roseman Pike transition, but it was Jeff's turn to go, so I didn't. But I did watch Hostiles last weekend.
What is Hostiles?
That's the Christian Bale movie, Roseman Pike, where he has to, like a chief of one of the Native American. I guess I don't know exactly what it is, but like he's got Christian Bale. His job is usually to hunt down Native Americans, but now he has to bring this one person from one place to the other. It's very Three Ton of Yuma, but like
it's a period piece, right? He's like I'm hunting.
Yeah.
It's like 1984.
Part of the army or something. You got It's a pretty good movie. But I just threw it on because I watched. But it was a real whiplash because right before that I watched the Thursday Murder Club, which is the new film on Netflix with like Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan. It's based on a series of books. What's his name? Ben Kingsley's in it. So it's like they're folks that live in a retirement home, and they like their hobby on Thursdays. They try to solve cold cases from like around their town. So it's a pretty good movie. It was quite
David
charming.
Tennant's in it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's fun. But because that's kind of like a feel good movie, and then you watch Hostile, so like that was the real whiplash there right after that. So it's a good. I think I watched like 4 movies on Monday because it was just Labor Day weekend. I didn't have anything else to do.
Oh well, it's directed by Chris Columbus.
Yeah. So it's good. And then the last thing
you can have your Harry Potter. I'm gonna go make this for old people.
The last thing I watched was now on HBO Max, Friendship with Paul Rudd. That guy is not for me. I'm sorry. He's just No, like I was like maybe in a movie where it's not just him. What's his name? Tim Robinson.
Yeah,
Because I've seen a little bit of his other
his sketch comedy
his
show.
other stuff. Yeah, and it's just like I don't get it. It's not for
Yeah.
me. I find it annoying. And then the movie starts out pretty interesting. Like there's an interesting premise, but then
Yeah.
it just kind of stays the same thing. And then this guy just gets louder and weirder throughout the movie. And I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I think that there is a chart that the weirder something gets, the more I like it and the more you hate it.
Yeah,
Because I
there's
loved
a sweet
this.
spot for that, but then I think it does diverge into like, yeah,
Yeah, because I think it's interesting to watch Tim kind of like want to be friends with Paul Rudd, and Paul Rudd is just like, I mean, he starts off kind of just lying to him about shit, and Paul Rudd has this like friend group that Tim is uncomfortable being a part of because they're all supportive of each other, which he's not
yeah,
really used to, which is interesting. It really, if you look at the psyche of the people that are involved, it's really interesting. And Tim just kind of escalates because he doesn't know how to turn it down a notch. That's why it just continues to go higher. And he can't
yeah,
keep his relationship together. Like he has tons of problems going on. But I think if you start at the center of it, he is a person who works for a internet company whose job is it to keep people addicted to their app. So he's kind of the worst person in the world.
and I mean, and then he himself became addicted to his friendship with Paul Rudd, and that was kind. So I mean, yeah, the movie does kind of smack you over the head with that little message. So
Yeah.
I think it's well put together. It's just
Because,
not
like,
my.
okay, then I will at least pitch. There's one scene that you have to appreciate when he takes drugs in the back of that store, that like T-Mobile
Oh, that
store.
was really good.
That's really funny
That was
because
really
it's like,
funny.
what kind of
He,
drug trip would this guy have?
I thought that was funny because he wasn't being loud and obnoxious. He was just like being a regular dude where that kind of gets let down by the expectations of him like doing drugs, right?
It's well, yeah, because he's like he's gonna have this trip. He feels like he's gonna experience something really extraordinary, but he's such in his soul a bad person that his trip is reduced to a minimum wage job where he meets someone he likes, and then when he wakes up, he's like, "That's it? That's all I get?"
Yeah.
He's
I
so
think I would have liked it if
disappointed.
it leaned more into that stuff. So all right. And then just some quick TV things that I'm watching. I did finish The Paper this morning. It's great.
I have 3 episodes left, and
It's great.
so good.
So I did I wish Josh was here. Because I mean this is not on BritBox, but I did start the new series of the Great British Bake Off. It's back. So we're back, baby. We're back and we're cooking and we're baking.
We're
Uh
baking.
and then I also checked out because I was online, I was looking for like what's new this week, and I saw something called Linley, which is a detective show from Britain. It's on BritBox. And I watched the first episode of that. It's pretty interesting because all their shows are like little movies, really. Like even their like this is like a little bit over an hour, and it's just about this detective that gets transferred to a little small town in the UK, and I guess he's got to solve cases. And the first one, the murder on this island. So yeah, it was fine, but I mainly watched it for Josh, because you guys are always telling me to watch more British stuff. So there you go, 2 British shows: the British Bake Off and
British
Linley.
Bake Off. That doesn't really count, but it is a
What do you
great show.
mean? That's like the heart of the. That's what I want the British to be.
That show is like a television Xanax. It like chills you the fuck out. There's no high stakes. I mean, the worst that could happen is someone's cake falls over.
No, what do you mean? When the guy's cake flopped over because it wasn't fully done, I freaked out. I feel bad every time these people don't get their cook right,
Well,
and I don't even
yeah, but
fix
it's not
it.
life or death. I mean, like it's just baking.
It's important to them, Clay.
Well,
You
yeah,
have
I
to be
understand that
empathetic.
because, like, when I see the people who get bumped and that are sad,
Yeah.
but it's more about the success of people who
Yeah.
who make it further because they really don't believe that they're great bakers, and then they're like, "Oh my god, I won this week," or I
love that.
it's those moments where they're just like they find joy within themselves. So that has a lot to say about British society, where it's like I didn't really believe in myself until I came on this show.
And I love how
Maybe
close they all get right away. Like they're all super sad with the first person that has to leave. Sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe if the winner of each week got to punch all the losers in the stomach, Clay would enjoy it more.
The Great
That's-
American Fighting Bake Off. I just
You have
made
to
a
bake
show.
while somebody's trying to punch you in the gut.
yeah. Now it's
right.
something. Now we're
Before
on
I
to something.
throw it back to Clay.
In
He's got a
the
couple more
middle of
shows.
the baking, they just throw a fake gun into the middle of the thing.
Oh,
Everybody has to
God.
scramble for it.
One of those bags of flour is actually cocaine. One of these pieces of chocolate is the what do you call it? The X-Lax or whatever, the chocolate flavored X-Lax.
Oh,
Is there
that.
a cooking show that is like a box show? Like they're like, here, hamburger helper has to be mixed into your thing, or like
Top Chef sometimes does that kind of stuff where they'll give them like weird and you probably Chopped is where they give them like weird ingredients, mystery
but
ingredient.
I just want stuff that's like Kool-Aid. Like it needs to be stuff that was invented from a factory in the 80s. That's like it all needs to be microwavable. Like that's what I want. I want something that's like 20-year-old bachelor cooking show.
You need to make a dinner. All you have is a packet of Kool-Aid, some mac and cheese,
Yeah.
and a match. That's
And
all
you're
you
stoned.
can cook with. Yeah, you
You
have
are
no
stoned.
stove.
You're stoned, and you have bread, you have cheese, you have mayonnaise, just your basic stuff. And you're either drunk
I
and
feel like
stoned.
that's a liability. You can't use knives, I guess, in that show.
Put it on Netflix. Netflix doesn't give a shit. They'll put it on there.
All right, and the last thing before I throw it back to Clay for some of his shows, I started listening to a new book by Stephen King called Fairy Tale. So I just started this morning, so I'll keep you guys updated on that.
Okay. Good.
I don't even know what it's about because so far it's just like the writer, I guess the author it's like the character who's the person is also an author, and he's just talking about how sad his life has been so far. So I don't know where the fairy tale part comes in, or if it's even like a fantasy thing. It's just kind of a bummer so far. But I'm only 30 minutes in, so all right.
You guys aren't watching Alien Earth, right?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm behind. But I am.
Okay.
Probably the best one.
Yeah, this week was like better than most of the Alien franchise films. Like that's how good this episode was.
Yeah,
like
good.
Home run, dig in, invest. This is worth it. Noah Hawley can take any franchise and make it into a TV show and make it better. Like that's what's so amazing about him. That dude he can play in any sandbox, Fargo, Legion, now Alien, and this stuff is just so good. Like I don't even Timothy Oliphant, Adrian Olmanson, those are the two biggest names on the show that I know of, and everyone else is like pretty new to me. Well, no, the brother.
Wendy was in that Emily movie or whatever. I think she's also pretty famous, and I think she's somebody famous's daughter too. It's all online,
baby.
So I mean, but who isn't?
Yeah, it's all who you know.
I want to see Noah Hawley's Teletubbies. Reboot that.
Oh shit, we need a lot of drugs for that one. And then this week's Peacemaker, freaking great! Like every week is just last week's action at Peacemaker's house. This week with the Sons of Liberty. But we're getting closer to finding out the truth about this other dimension where he says best dimension ever. What do y'all have theories on why this dimension is the way it is?
Well, I think Jeff's still behind because he's still watching season 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
I'm
caught up to. I'm just haven't watched this week, so I'm caught up.
Oh, okay.
Season
okay.
2.
So I think I heard
just
online
haven't
something,
watched
but I don't know if it was from you guys or somebody else that in this dimension the Nazis one, or like
This is Earth
like
X.
the white
Well-
supremacist one or something. Like it was because there's
There
and
are
I
no
looked-
people of color in the background.
Yeah, in the
of all these
background of
shots.
this dimension.
So- So did that? My theory is that the Peacemaker's dad doesn't become the White Dragon because he doesn't make race his identity. Like that isn't what he's about. So that's why he raises two kids that don't have to have like kid fights in his front yard that he gambles on, and so like that's where I'm curious of. Because as Peacemaker's kind of embracing this other universe, and he's excited about who it is, there are things that are mentioned in this episode that are specific, that are very interesting. Because when he goes into the Sons of Liberty that show up, Harcourt goes, "You don't have your suit," which is an interesting thing. His brother addresses him after the night of drinking. He's like, "You're not doing the pills again, are you?" So there's some part of Peacemaker that he's having to cope with that that's different, because he doesn't really have a suit in the Prime universe, right? He's just big and strong and can take a lot of hits and fall out of windows.
Oh, I thought he just meant like his Peacemaker outfit, because he was wearing that when we met him, and he would wear that. I mean, he would wear that all the time. So
yeah, but like his dad had made the helmets that were like a big part of him, but not in this universe. Like his dad and his brother have suits that do more for them than what works for him. So there's another aspect of his character that we haven't really uncovered that I'm curious to see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we'll probably cover Peacemaker once it's all done, and probably Alien Earth as well, because they're both really fun shows.
Yes.
So, cool. All right, let's dig into comics. Jeff, let's start with you, since we've been talking for a little while, and then we'll go around the place.
Ooh, all right, I'm going to read. I'll talk about what I read that is not this week's comics first, but just stuff that I've read. Digging through my boxes, and I picked up this Blackbird. This is from Sam Humphries and Jen Bartel. It is 6 issues. What I found out interesting. So I think I picked these up at Half Price Books, where I just found all 6 issues together.
Yeah,
combined.
That's a great way to get them.
Yeah, and at the end of the 6th issue, it says "to be continued," but they never continued it. This is from 2019, and it just ended. I did some research online, and there's no plans to go back to it, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it's just a 6 issue of.
Does it at least leave you with some kind of closure in the arc?
It does have like that kind of like 6 issue. This is for the trade kind of thing, where it kind of like wraps up like that part of the story, and then cliffhangers into the next part. But they never came back around to it.
Okay,
so
damn.
It's very much like, and I'm wondering if it doesn't have anything to do. Well, I don't know what Sam Humphries has been working on lately. Jen Bartel's been doing covers and stuff like crazy, but
steady.
So I don't know, but it's very reminiscent of Wicked and Divine, Wickdiv. So it may have just been like, this is too close to that. Like maybe we should just back out kind of thing. I don't know. But it was good. Like the artwork in it, it's all Jen Bartel artwork, so it's great artwork. And I'm just kind of like, well, I guess nothing ever happened with that.
I'm interested to see her interiors, because I mainly know her from doing cover stuff, and obviously I think there's very different approaches.
Yeah. I also read Dazzler #1 from Marvel Comics, which is fun because it's kind of a hybrid of the movie that they were supposed to make, where they just cram as many Marvel, like the X-Men are in this, the Avengers are in this, Spider-Man is in this, like everybody, like for the first 5 issues, they were just like, the entire Marvel universe is in this Dazzler comic. It's okay.
I made a video for the channel just about the script of what the Dazzler movie's about.
The most interesting thing about this is that it's John Romita Jr. art, really early John Romita Jr. art.
Oh,
look anything like him.
I bet he was still trying to do like other people, and he hadn't found his own
definitely.
style. A lot of early back in the day at least, like they would kind of try to mimic the house style and then maybe develop their own style when they got a little more famous.
Yeah, it was definitely house style.
Nice.
This specific Avengers, where they go on the Dave Letterman show, Avengers 239, and the premise is Simon Williams Wonder Man gets a call from his agent, and he's like, "I booked you on Dave Letterman show, but you need to bring some Avengers." So he calls the Avengers Mansion, and they're all just like, "Yeah, sure, we'll go on Dave Letterman show."
A lot of these are West Coast Avengers, right? Because that's who they turned out to be eventually. Like a lot of those guys.
Yeah, the premise is like the main Avengers team is off world at the time. Hawkeye just gets done with his miniseries that Mark Gruenwald writes, where he gets married to Mockingbird. Yeah, so the issue shows up with them just literally coming back to the Avengers mansion. He's like, "Here we are, Mockingbird, my new bride." Vision greets them. Wonder Man immediately calls, and he's like, "I'm going on the Letterman show. Can anybody join me?" And they're all like, "Yeah, let's go." He calls Black Panther. I love this because you would never see this in a current day Marvel comic.
Yeah.
So they call it Black Panther. And Black Panther, like, as King of Wakanda, is like, "Yeah, sure, I'll just show up on the Letterman show." And so it's him, Beast, Black Panther, Beast, Wonder Man, Hawkeye, Mockingbird, and maybe one other person. And they end up getting attacked by Fabian Stanskiewicz, who is kind of a small character who ends up in Captain America at some point as like an Avengers tech.
If I had a nickel for every story that I've heard where Hawkeye just got off of a mission and then that's when the book starts, I'd have 2 nickels because that's how the Matt Fraction series starts.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty entertaining. And then Jack over at Boomerang called me up and he's like, "Hey, we got this Daredevil where Daredevil fights Cap. Daredevil 43."
Whoa.
So I picked it up.
Nice.
It is this is the Jack Kirby cover, so it's pretty fantastic.
Great.
The inside is by Stanley and Gene Colan, and it is the perfect example of the Marvel method where what is being drawn does not match the words at all. Like, it's real weird. Because I'm like, oh, Stan had no idea what was going on in this comic. He's just like, Daredevil, Karen Page had just left, Daredevil's sad. He gets hooked on some kid is carrying radioactive drugs or something like that. Daredevil gets too close to him and starts freaking out and decides to fight Captain America. That's the premise of the book.
All right, let me hop in here because I have some books that are not this week's. Then we'll go to Clay, and then we can do stuff for the week. I read, and I'm working on videos for a lot of these too, so I won't go into too much detail, but I read the Helverine Volume 1, Lost Highways. This is following Dakin after he comes back inhabited by a demon. So, but this is the second iteration of that. I really like Benjamin Percy doing gnarly shit like this. So yeah, I'm gonna keep following this. I don't know that it's the best comic, but it's just like it's fun stuff that I like to read.
Yeah, there's gnarly titles out there, but when you see his name attached to it, it makes you want to get it more because it's like it's going to have good shit.
And he's the only one that's really dealt with this character or this iteration of the character. So, and he's been setting this up for a while, so it's kind of fun to follow that. The next volume, he's about to fight a Hulk, like a demon Hulk, and I don't know what that's going to entail, so I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, I'm doing a full video on that, so you can talk about more. Also, I read Magic Volume 1, Unleashed. This is the current Magic run that's going on. And I really like this because it's about magic actually doing magic as opposed to just kicking ass with a soul sword, which is interesting because I don't think I have read something that kind of explores that. It's kind of a bummer. Like all the covers for this are, I like J. Scott Campbell, but like I feel like a lot of his covers end up looking kind of the same when he's drawing the same character. And the first 5 covers for this are all by him. So I remember I picked up the first issue and I picked up a variant cover and I'm like, I'm just going to wait on this for the trade. So the trades recently came out. So yeah, I checked that out. And then I'm continuing on Batman Dark Patterns. I read issues 4 through 6. The Scarface stuff. It's so good. I love this book so much, but I'm pacing it out there's going to be, I think they're going to be doing 12 issues total, so it's almost done. But I'm reading this on the DC Unlimited. But yeah, I like it. So expect videos for that. I don't know, sometime in the next few days.
It's the best Batman on the shelf right now.
Oh yeah, agreed. And then this is kind of this week's, but it's also like something that's the whole run. I read Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma, issues 1 through 6. Fuck man, what a weird, rad series. Ramby, I've never read a Resurrection Man book. His powers are super cool, and Ramby explores them in a really fun way. Like the premise of this is like, what happens if the Resurrection Man just dies of old age? Because every time the Resurrection Man dies, he comes back with powers related to whatever killed him. So what happens when he dies of old age, and like things get super gnarly? Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like, and that's just the beginning of it. This goes into a lot of different places. So yeah, stay tuned, because I'm also, I think, did I do a video for that? I think I might have. I don't remember. Sometimes I shoot stuff and then I forget to edit it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should put this out. So stay tuned to the channel. We might have something for that as well.
I've been trade waiting for this, so I'm glad it's over and the trade should.
Yeah, it's now over, so you can next month you can probably check it out on DC Ultra, or yeah, the trade will be coming out. I think like maybe 4 or 5, 6 months. Sometimes they take a while with some of these black label titles. So all right, Clay, let's jump to you.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and then we'll hit the weekly stuff.
Real quick, Daniel, I owe you an apology.
Oh,
I went and picked up my books this week, picked up Crypto, and as you will see, like I got the Jay Lee cover. I accidentally picked up the same issue with 2 different covers instead of getting issue 2. This is the Jay Lee Crypto cover. It is amazing, and I'm going to put it up in my house. Like, that's how much I loved this cover of this artwork. I am very hard on his work, but it is, his covers for this run have been amazing.
Okay, well, I guess the apology was to Jay Lee, not so much me. But
well, yeah, but I know that you're like a big fan, and I just was really like,
yeah.
Not a lot of stuff that I was a big fan of.
I mean, there's been some stuff that I can see where he's missed, but yeah, he's a great artist. But you can, I think you can tell when they rush him for stuff, probably.
Yeah. All those hell shocks don't bring joy to your heart.
Right.
Yeah, that would be, I would say that would be something that I would point out is like the downside of the career. But, Justice League International, the Keith Giffen run, reread, and I feel like this is going to be a major influence on the Justice League we see coming from James Gunn.
I've never seen that cover before. Sorry,
yeah. Oh, no. But the thing, I will tell you this, don't get this edition. This is a nice hardback, but newspaper edition, or newspaper inside, and it is shit. To the point that like the lettering is fading, and I would be reading and stuff would, like, whole words would be missing.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen a hardcover with like interior with that type of paper.
Yeah, it a total bust. I was really bummed because I've had this for a while, but it's the second one because it actually is when the Justice League International starts after the Justice League. It's just the Justice League title runs.
That's crazy because the point of the hardcover is that for it to be like the highest of the qualities, I would think.
Exactly.
When did that bit get published? Do you know the copyright date on it?
Make me get my glasses out like an old man.
I did it. That's my goal for.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Jeff and I are already wearing glasses, so
all glasses all the time.
All glasses all the time.
That's old.
2008.
Oh yeah, we were running out of paper then.
Yeah, so
really bummed.
Big paper shortage.
Yeah, I think I may get rid of this just so that I can get a better edition of the run. There's probably got to be an omnibus collection of Giffen.
It looks cool though. Like the cover itself looks good, so it might still look good on your shelf.
Yeah, it does. But it's also one of those where you get the second volume, so you have to hunt down the first volume, and so you're just hitting half price books, and you're looking all the time. I mean, you've got that Guy Gardner face is gold. I mean, Kevin Maguire stuff is amazing. I have a print from Kevin Maguire that's Booster and Beetle because I mean, chef's kiss. Like nobody does it better than that guy. But this is the coming together of this team and the corruption of Max Lord. And I want to believe that this is going to be the stuff that Gunn's going to be doing just from the interactions that we've seen is not focused on the action of the Justice Gang, but the interactions, the dialogue, like the whole time they interview Peacemaker when they're just hanging out in the Hall of Justice, it seems heavily influenced by Giffen's work.
Oh, well, if they do that, then you bet your ass DC will reprint it. So, just hang on, Clay.
Just bet your ass.
Yeah.
Bet your bottom dollar.
The other book I've been reading is Peter Bag's Other Life. This is from 2011. This is really interesting because Peter Bag's known for writing hate with, Bradley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's Vertigo gave him a miniseries to do, and it's called Other Lives because it's about people who have different lives online. So this is like 14 years removed from when this came out, and he's focused on people that work online, cybersecurity people, and him and his wife go into a Second Life type game and what it's like to explore that kind of part. It's not as interesting as all his other stuff, but it is an interesting take to read 14 years later about as people started to observe other lives online and the way they live. So if you like Peter Bag, it's definitely worth checking out because I think he gives a lot of hot takes on this.
And you can get it, I guess, because it was Vertigo and it was creator owned. You can now get it through Fantagraphics. They put out their own version of this.
Yeah,
they're
and
the
it's
ones
probably got
the hate series is on here.
Yeah, I mean it's all done in black and white, but better paper than what DC did.
Nice. Nice. And then did you have one more thing?
Yeah. The Color Out of Space. Let me from Dark Horse.
This is based on the Lovecraft book / also they made into a movie with Nick Cage.
Yeah, but this is based on he basically took the he took the book, read it, and drew everything using the dialogue and stuff. And wow, like I got to tell you, the art in this is amazing. Like it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, like, if you dig horror, this is great because this is like, imagine walking into the middle of a nightmare that builds and gets worse. That's what this story is. And just it is haunting. The art sticks with you. It is so, I love the darkness and the horror of this, and especially the art. That the only complaint I put down in my review was that he uses the slang in the dialogue of the South. My dog's crying, sorry. And I'm like, what are you crying for? She no reason. The slang used is used in the dialogue. So it's very like, they use gambits, abbreviations and stuff. They do that for this kind of Southern drawl that's used in this book. That's the only complaint because the art.
The Chris Claremont approach to dialogue. Well, I wish I had dialogue. I mean, these bubbles look empty, Clay. I don't know. Maybe that's another complaint.
You get to make up your own.
Yeah,
okay.
But I did have one other question. If I could just drop this in right now, because
sure.
Yeah, I play a Marvel RPG on Friday nights with a bunch of guys, and we're running through Secret Wars, and we defeated Ultron, and I'm trying to increase my character's power. Can you melt down Ultron for parts?
Should be vibranium.
That's what I was gonna ask. So, in the comics, I believe he's made of adamantium.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too.
as William Stryker told us, once adamantium hardens, you can't really do anything with it. So I would think, and this is from the X-Men 2 X-Men United film, not from the comics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I would
but that's
say
a good
no.
point. Okay.
I would say no, but that's just kind of where my thinking was. Like once adamantium's done, but it depends, I guess, what Ultron's made out of.
Yeah. Okay. So then, if I can clarify that, because the only other way we have to heat it is Johnny Storm is there, and he has like an earthly control over heat. So
Oh,
he should be able to melt it. But if he can't, if it's not usable after being reheated, that's my
does
like
your
nerdy.
group have a magnet person?
Magneto's in the
Because-
game, but he's not a playable character.
But so nobody in
Or
your
I would just,
party. Yeah.
at worst, I would just rip off an arm and use it as a bludgeoning device.
Just
You could make a
like it's a
cool
melee
Ultron.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine getting hit upside the head with a with an adamantium arm?
It'll be like the hot girl maze that she carries around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the problem. Is I'm playing Moon Knight, a version of Moon Knight that I've created, and he's thrown batons at like Volcana, and they melted. So like he has no weapons, and so now it's like, well, now I have this carcass of a robot of adamantium. I could make a whole bodysuit and
I was like, could you hollow
weapons.
it out? If you could hollow it out, and then you could like, put it as like armor.
Look
or
like
something.
the Declan Shalvey design a little bit with like armored part, almost like a samurai armor.
Well, I've advanced his character to where he has suits like from John Wick that are like Kevlar made, so they like have amazing strength. So I have Mr. Knight version, and then he can create duplicates of himself. So I have a Mr. Dark Knight who has a dark suit.
You could just melt him down to make the throwing moons.
Yeah, I was going to do that for I figured the crescents, because I have guns that shoot crescent darts. So it's very John Wick inspired.
And if it were Moon Knight, I would be like, I'm going to keep the head, and it's going to turn into a personality too, its own, and just carry the head around with me.
Y'all could make like a little K2SO type of thing, where you reprogram the Ultron to follow you around like a familiar,
like the Doombots in Runaway.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I do like that idea. Yeah, because we do have like Reed, and I'm running like another NPC of like a smart Banner, so Banner could reprogram it maybe. But Reed would probably be.
There's like a good Ultron in the current West Coast Avengers run.
Yeah. You just got to roll high enough, Clay, and you can do anything.
Yeah, because we've killed a few people accidentally. We accidentally killed. Like when you roll like 100, you get like a perfect hit. So we accidentally killed Absorbing Man, and we decapitated Doc Ock. So he brought Doc Ock back like Weekend at Bernie's. So he's just his arms carrying his dead body around. The arms are attacking everyone.
I mean, you could Weekend at Bernie's Ultron too. He's easier like a puppet.
Just attach Doc Ock's arms to Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's doable.
That is very doable. All right, I have ideas now. All right, I'm glad I asked.
Great.
Ultron.
Yeah, the perfect place to ask, I think. So
Octron.
Dr. Octron. All right, Jeff, you want to kick us off, and then I'll hop in whenever I have something from this week.
Real quick. While I was at Boomerang, I picked up this Bruno Redondo Superman 29 cover, and then because I couldn't help myself, I picked up this David Aja Superman 29 cover as well.
It's hard to resist them.
Yeah. My favorite book of the week is not Batman, but this Cheshire and Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League #2.
That's a good cover. Is that who is that by?
This is
Guillaume March. It looks like Guillaume March.
Yep, it's Guillaume March.
It just takes me a second sometimes with artists to recall their name.
Yeah. Yeah, great issue. It's going to be great as a mini once it's all out. I really enjoyed their
Batman till the end if you want.
Yeah, I have and then I picked up House of L
Same
This is
cover.
great too. Same cover. Dan Mora.
And you can read it without having to have read all the other Philip K. Johnson Warworld stuff. Like it's pretty. You should read it. You should read the other stuff. But if you haven't, you can still read this.
I was concerned that it would be difficult to follow because it's been about a year since the World War stuff has ended.
Yeah.
And not that it was completely complex, but there was, we just haven't really visited any of those characters. I don't even remember the kids' names until they say them.
Yeah, I forget about
and so it was good. They did a nice little recap of everything, and then they get straight into the story. It feels like its own little thing. It's not tied into the bigger DC universe right now. I don't know if it's I don't know if I'd call it an Elseworlds or anything, but it definitely is taking its own little story path, and so it's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 11. I think we've got one issue left before Jason Aaron quits.
One more. I do want to give a big shout out to Juan Ferreira, who has watched my reviews and he always comments on them, so I appreciate that.
Oh, that's nice.
He's the artist on this. Definitely will miss. I think April and the Casey Jones, like some of my favorite stuff that's going on in this one. So
yeah. Do you want me to keep going or just?
Do one more.
The newest Avengers 30, which I feel like came out 2 weeks ago. Avengers 29. So they're pushing them out.
Yeah.
This one I did not. This one did not. There's the moment where the Avengers, like Jed McKay, gets real cheesy, and the Avengers are all like, "You have my axe. You have my." So there's this moment. It's like in like the Lord of the Rings moment where they all kind of sound off and before the Avengers assemble.
Yeah.
And it's so cheesy. I was just like, this. I think I might be dumping pretty much all my Marvel books here soon. I just need to get through this.
I like this one because I love. They're like, oh, that Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars Battle World thing that he did. Let's fold it back into the universe.
I love the story idea. I'm just like, why are you writing this stupid dialogue? It's just so cheesy.
I like it. I think it's fun. And then you get Marvel Zombies. So
yeah, and then there's Marvel Zombies. Yeah, but I do love that he's playing with the Hickman stuff.
There's a Marvel Zombie series coming, and I think it might be off of this.
Oh, okay. So that's the first half of my pool.
Let me do. We got a new Star Wars book celebrating 10 years of The Force Awakens. It's Han Solo Hunt for the Falcon, in which we get old man Han Solo looking for his Falcon. That's all. This is before the Force Awakens movie, so we know that he probably won't get it.
Chewie, we're home.
But it would be tough to be after the Force Awakens movies.
I think this is like the book that'll tell us how he knew that he had to go get it from Rey in the film.
Oh, that's
right.
That would be a fun adventure. Who's writing it?
Yeah. This is what's his name? Rodney Barnes.
I don't know him.
I think he did some of the what's it called? The Dakotaverse stuff at Milestone, if I'm not confusing him with another writer. But I like it. We get to see they bring in what's Chewbacca's son's name from the holiday special?
Itchy.
Oh, he has a really funny name.
Is it not Itchy?
No. Hold on. Lumpy? Is it
Lumpy? That's
Lumpy.
it. Damn it.
So
I had a college roommate named Lumpy.
Lumpy is what they call him as a nickname. His actual name is Waru, because he's a teenager now. He's got a little ponytail. He's a teenager, and he gets mad at Han Solo when he calls him Lumpy. He's like, all right, sorry, Waru. That's so funny. So I was like, God, still, they have so much to just bring back into the world. And then I'll do a couple more, and then we'll go back to.
That's why I don't like that Solo movie, is because it did not cover, like, it's just like we go straight to it. It ends with him going to Jabba, and I was like, you could have played with so much.
Yeah.
In there, and like, why did you go straight to Jabba? Like, they could have done like 6 movies of Han Solo pre Star Wars.
Every Han Solo thing has to explain a name, though, at least. So we got Waru, we got Lumpy, we got Waru. One of the coolest things I read, and you guys should read it if you haven't, because it's on the folder. Everything Dead and Dying. So I picked this up yesterday at Zoos, and we might talk about Zoos in a second. And this is another cover I picked up at Titan. It's a zombie book, and it's really, really freaking rad.
I take back my
So-
previous comment of Cheetah and Cheshire being my pick of the week, and it's actually this one.
It's okay. You got more than one pick of the week. Maybe you just classify it as DC, Marvel, and
yeah.
or
My DC
indie.
pick of the week is and my indie pick of the week is Everything That
That's
Died.
right. And then
I love that. I love that twist.
This is the last thing I read before the big event. Maria Lovett's Artificial.
Ooh, this is new. I haven't seen this.
I love her stuff. This is also in our folder, so if you guys want to read it, you guys know. I think a few of us might have read Crave, the
Yes.
the other book. So
Social
this one,
media thing.
in this book, this girl, there's like you can, through an app, you can build your own date. So she built this man, and we don't know where that's gonna go, but we know things are gonna go wrong. But it's full of all the stuff that I think it's just fun stuff with technology and also a little bit of sex
Nookie
involved. Yeah, so yeah, Maria Lovett, I love her work. She's great. So highly recommend this one. So all right, and I think I only read one more book, so let's throw it back to Jeff, and we'll just save that for the end.
The new Absolute Green Lantern. We're finally getting. It took 6 issues, but this is the one that kind of starts answering questions.
Moon Knight.
Sorry, it was also, as you can see, the cover, the palette, and the covers are very similar.
Yeah.
This one starts answering questions as to what's going on.
No, I want to know who that.
What
Majin Buu
makes
looking
Green
is.
Lantern absolute? Like I've heard the other changes to the other character, but I don't know the Green Lantern origin.
There's no core.
So,
there's no
core.
well, yeah.
So
It's just the
in this
powers
one, they do a lot of explaining in this book. So Abin Sur is sort of like the little blue people all on his own. So he'll go to a world. The Abin Sur is the judge, and he goes to a world to judge a planet. And then he isolate the premise is they isolate a small town and judge the planet off of how these people react to the isolation. And then this town freaks out, and Joe Mullins becomes the Green Lantern, and like there's still a light spectrum, so the light picks your thing depending on how you react to the isolation.
Yeah.
So
it's
so
like
it's
what
very
if the
interesting.
dome? You know that the dome Stephen King story,
Yeah.
but with Green Lanterns on them. So
Yeah, but some people
Okay.
get powers.
yeah.
So-
It's pretty rad, and the art's cool. I like the art because it's like anime stylized. That may not be for everyone, but I like it because Abin Sur reminds me of Majin Buu a lot. So like,
It's so the first 5 issues are all like this thing happened and everybody's freaking out. Nobody knows like how it happened. And then this issue is like finally like, oh, we're explaining to the reader and to the characters at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm glad we finally got here, because this and Absolute Flash, I'm like, what is the point of these books? I don't understand what's going on.
I think those 2 books will read better in trade because I've stopped doing weekly on those, whereas like the other ones I'm still doing weekly. So
Justice League, Godzilla, Kong, still going strong. Just a big action adventure book. FML. This is actually turning out to be really, really entertaining. Also fun that it came out the same week that Batman came out, because this is basically Matt Fraction. Absolute Superman. Good. It's fine. Tin Can Society, second to last issue. This is going to be great. This issue is just kind of, it's not really a filler issue, but it's the setup to the final issue. So like only one thing happens, but it's still fantastic. And then Uncanny X-Men also has the second worst. Like I dogged on the Avengers for having a cheesy part. This also has a really cheesy part. At the end of every time I read this, I'm like, I got to cancel this book. And then I forget. And then
and they count on you to forget.
Yes, exactly. And then finally, the book that Danny wants to talk about. I'll pass it back to Danny because I have
So I gotta ask, how many did you get, Jeff?
I only got one.
What
I've
did
not
you-
opened it up. And
Oh,
I'm saving
let's
it
do
to open
that.
up
You want
here.
to do? You want to do that? Yeah. Hold on. Let me give you the main stage. So Jeff is gonna
So,
open
whoa,
his DC blind bag. So I've already opened mine. We have a video on the channel for it. I opened 4 different ones, which I'll show you in a second if you haven't seen them. But Jeff has. I couldn't find any more at zoos yesterday when I went. I wanted to buy at least one more.
I don't think I realized that they were $10 at the time until after
I
got
didn't
home.
realize
was
that
like-
either.
Then I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
I would definitely realize if they were $10.
But I was pot committed.
So we are gonna see what we have here.
Is it the golden foil variant? It looks like it's not. Ooh,
Whoa.
very nice. What's his name?
Man.
It's in the back at the bottom.
Julian Totino Tedesco.
Yes, Tino Tedesco. Yeah, I love his
I
stuff.
love his pizza rolls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It gives me a very John Cassaday vibe. His art does.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he
pretty
does some
nice.
really cool stuff. Very nice. Good work, Jeff. All right, here. Let me show you guys the cover. Did you pick up anything else other than the blind bag?
I picked up the A cover, but just
The
that
A
one.
cover. Okay.
Just those two.
Here, let me switch over to the main. So I have this thing behind me,
You
which
got
I'll
the
show
big
you
one.
in a second. Yeah. So
Does
this
the
is
big one also have the dot on the yellow that everybody's been complaining about?
No, I don't. Yes, it does. That's part of the design. What do you mean complaining about? There's dots all over the thing. There's dots in the blue. Do people not know how
But-
art works?
No, I know how art works, but I just
I know,
saw a
I'm
bunch of
not
people that
saying
were
you.
like,
I'm not saying
yeah,
you,
but
but
they're
yeah.
but I heard people were like going up to their comic shops. They're like, "Can I have one without the dot?" And the shop were like, "They all
Fill
got
it
the
in
dot.
yourself.
It's all
Get a
printed."
little
in there."
highlighter home. I got my blank variant, so when I go to convention, I can get something. I got this design cover. The
I almost
HoneyDont.
picked that up.
It's
Close,
cool.
but
It's
did
very
not.
cool. And then so I bought this one. This is the Art Germ wraparound cover foil. This is not from the blind bags. This is something
Oh,
you can
wow.
buy open. Yeah, it's hard to tell. But
Yeah, that's just all glare.
in the blind bags, so I bought 4 bags. I pulled this one, but I think this one's better because in the blind bag it doesn't have the full wraparound. You don't get to see you see that?
Yeah, I saw that on your video, and I was like, "Poor guy paid $10 for a worse comic."
Well, what I think I'm gonna do is maybe trade this one to somebody that's looking for it. But then the other one, I pulled the David Aja. And thanks to everybody
That's
that
the
watched
one-
the video. Yeah, and this is one
That's-
of the ones I wanted. And
That's my favorite cover they came out.
when I got to Titan, they had some of these covers, and I was like, no, I already messed up with Battle Beast, and I bought the covers, and then I opened them again. Let me open them first, and then whatever cover I don't get, then I'll go back and pick it up if I want it. So, and then this is the Gabriel Deloro, which is another one. So I also wanted the one that Jeff has. So that's the one I might be looking for to trade. And then the last one I pulled is J. Scott Campbell, which I might also be looking to trade this one. I like the cover, but I wish he hadn't cut off the ears at the
Ears?
top. Yeah, like move them down a little bit. So I might be looking to trade the Art Germ and that. So we'll see. I'm gonna talk to people at my shop. But then I went to zoos yesterday and I bought this giant Batman #1. So
Oh, like a treasury size?
yeah. So the
It's
other
even bigger than Treasury. That's huge.
big comic that they had a little while ago was this Superman one. But I think this one's even bigger.
Yeah, that's
So this is a treasury size. This is just way bigger. So big
how do you
comics for
even, how do you
everyone.
even bag and board that?
I know. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. Connor, I'm gonna send it to CGC. Let them worry about it. So, but now to talk about, I guess let's talk about the book. The book is great. I really like it. So, but Jeff, I'm a little biased. What did you think of the Batman #1?
Ooh, I'm gonna come in. Well, I didn't hate it. I just thought it was okay. Like I think my expectations were maybe too high, maybe going into it. And it's a good little one-off story. I think it's a good kind of. It kind of sets the tone for like where we are in Gotham. You get to see Jim Gordon, and like it kind of shows you where all the pieces are. I don't know if I necessarily agree that Batman would say something like "nobody can never change" kind of thing, like at the beginning of his
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that was part of the story, and that like you had to get through the story in order for Batman to be like, okay, yeah, I get it.
I
There
like
are a
how
little bit of
how he approaches what's his name, the alligator,
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the little Matt Fractionisms that you could kind of see kind of poking through.
Yeah.
At the very end, Tim Drake, Robin calls up Batman. He's like, "Who do we know that's still friendly on the force?" And Batman's response is, "Well, that doesn't sound good," which seems so un-Batman like. But I'm like, "Oh, that's totally Matt Fraction," kind of like. And I'm like, I like that kind of easing of Bruce Wayne, so he's not such a hard ass the whole time. Like I feel like I like that. So that's what I'm excited about.
I sometimes forget because I read a lot of these digitally through the previews that we get, but like I forget that they have ads in the print version.
Well, it's weird because you get ads of Superman in those commercials, and so in your comic you get ads of the progressive people, with what they call their lap capes, their aprons,
their front
capes.
And
I might do a little video about this issue and kind of where things are, because people asked in the comments of the video.
This girl, the younger progressive girl,
the creepy one,
she's a theater person. Like she does solo theater projects, and she has one. I think it used to be on HBO or Max or whatever it is. It is insane. Like I'll try her down and see if I can't put it in the Discord. But she is like full on crazy artistic theater person, solo theater performance. And it's so interesting to see that and then turn around and watch her do the progressive commercials because they're so like insane.
And if you didn't pick this up, I recommend you check it out because it does have a preview of DCKO in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
really cool. Okay. Well, yeah, but I have a full review for that. Plenty of Batman content, but I'm very happy to get out of this Hush 2 era that we were on.
How are they? So Hush 2 ended at Batman, whatever number it ended on, 629 or whatever it was, and then they relaunched Batman. So but they're going to bring back Hush 2 again. Is it going to be like the next number of Batman? Like they're doing 2?
I hope they should just continue the other numbering. And let them sort it out with the legacy. I don't care much for legacy numbers except for the big milestones, which I'm sure they'll tell me about anyway. So okay. I just rather forget about Hush 2. I need that Men in Black thing.
Is the show called Two Pink Doors?
Yes, I think that's it.
Sorry, Jeff. Okay, yeah. I was just looking her up because she has a crazy IMDb listing. Okay.
So, and just real quick, some of the things that I haven't read, and we'll get out of here soon. The Ultimates book that I'm behind on, the Moon Knight that I jumped the gun earlier with, and then the Knights of Ren, Legacy of Vader, that's still going on, the Charles Soule ongoing, and then the last issue of the Wolverine, which I'm not really reading, but this Mark Brooks cover, like I really liked it, so I was like, I'm gonna grab it. And then in the back, it had the advertisement for the new Punisher series that's coming from Palmiotti and Dan Panosian through Marvel Knights. So,
what a team! What a team!
I know. So, yeah, very excited for that. So, Jeff, did you pick up anything else?
No, that's everything I got.
That's all. No unread books.
Nope.
Now, Gray in our private thing mentioned that. Did you look up her name of Wendy?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I didn't get that part.
Okay.
I just looked up her. I just looked up who her Sydney Chandler.
Oh, okay. Any Chandler. Yes, so she's Kyle Chandler's daughter. So she's the daughter of a lantern.
Yes. Also a coach.
Also, what is it called? What does he say? Clear minds, full hearts,
Can't lose.
can't lose. There you go. So, okay. I think to close out, there's a little bit of bummer news. So I want to send you guys to go see our friends over at Zeus, because over the weekend somebody like cut a hole in the back wall and they broke in and they took some stuff, which kind of like sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks on multiple levels, but like, dude, to do it to a small business and a place in the community, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're in the Dallas area, go check them out. They got a lot. That's where I got the big Batman. They always have a lot of cool stuff. So
They get a lot of variants, so it's always great to see. And they have a new section, or I say new, but I get there for a section in the back for half price stuff that, like, if you're just looking for stuff to check out, it's a lot cheaper.
And now they have some crates up front with dollar comics. So if you're looking for maybe to fill out some collections, and it's gonna be mainly stuff that's kind of like maybe they overorder or whatever, but like you never know what might be in there. So yeah, it's cool. They got a lot of comics, and they're really, like, Richard and their staff is really cool. So I go there maybe about once a month whenever I go to Common Grounds to play something, and just stop by and pick up covers and variants. And like I said, that giant book, I got it from. I knew they would have it. So like, if you're looking for a rare variant or something, they're very likely to have it.
Yeah, I always go there, and I'm bummed out when I'm like looking for an issue, and the only one they have is like the variant that's like $25, and I'm like,
oh,
but I need the book. I need to read.
So okay, well, we're gonna get out of here. Stay tuned. Next week we'll be going into DCKO. Maybe we'll probably do like our own bracket and just try to figure out who's gonna win. So let us know in the comment. That's right. Yeah. That'd be great. Plastic Man wielding the power of Darkseid. Let's go.
Just make that stone face.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Little loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.